I'm going to teach you how to become a better rifler in Counter-Strike 2 and how to make sure your spray patterns are as tight as possible. I have experience playing in FPL, ECL, and some of the highest divisions inside of North America, and I've traveled the country and the world playing this game, so I want to teach you guys how you can become the best player possible so that you can unlock these opportunities in your life and make sure that you are becoming the best player possible. But before we get into that, guys, I have a message from the sponsor of today's video. If you want CS2 knives in real life, check it out. Thank you to Knifey for sponsoring this video. If you do not know what Knifey is, they are a company that sells extremely high quality replica CSGO knives that come in a large variety of different finishes. They ship internationally and have some really unique customizations like name tags and stat track numbers. If you click the link in the description of this video, you can check them out and find a knife for yourself or your friends. I personally think that the M9 Doppler is the coolest knife and provides the best value. Make sure to use code KOJOMO for 10% off. Alright, so let's talk about how we can become better riflers in Counter-Strike. So, just like CSGO, there is a mechanic in this game that is going to make your rifling so much better, right? And what is that? It is crouching, right? Crouch spraying, crouch, shooting is going to make it so that you are more accurate while you're taking gunfights and you're able to get a tighter spray while sacrificing mobility, right? So we're sacrificing the mobility for the better accuracy. Now, this is going to be good and bad, and we're going to talk about both of those today. So let's talk about the good first. So like I said, you're going to be able to have a much tighter spray. Here's what it looks like when you're spraying while you're just standing, right? See how loose it is, how high it goes? Now, same thing when you're crouched. You see how it's a much tighter spray, right? I know it doesn't look like it on the wall, but it is a much tighter spray and way easier to control, right? It is so much easier to control and it's a lot less loose, right? So what this means is when we're trying to control it when we're crouching, it is so much easier than when we're standing trying to control it, right? It's still possible. Especially as you get better and better at the game, it's still possible. But in the heat of the moment when people are coming at you, it can be very hard to actually manage the sprays. And if you crouch, it makes it a lot easier. Now, why is crouching also good other than the Titan spray control pattern? Well, it's also very good to temporarily throw off the crosshair of the other player, right? So if a player's coming at you and running, trying to kill you, one extremely effective way to throw off their crosshair while getting that accuracy is when they see you, you take a step to the left or to the right and start crouch and then spray, right? So I take a step to the left and start spraying. Take a step to the left and spray. So from their perspective, they see your head, they're about to shoot you, and then you crouch down and move to a direction, right? So they're about to shoot you, and then they have to adjust their crosshair, which can be very tricky in the heat of the moment to try to kill somebody while doing that, right? Now, here is the bad thing about crouching while spraying, right? So if you're crouching while spraying and they even hit you once with a bullet, it is going to make you freeze in your place. It's going to be almost impossible to leave that position. So you're either going to kill them or they're going to kill you, right? So if you're crouching here, you're committed, man. You're committed to that because if they hit you once, you're dead. Also, when you're crouching, your head hitbox actually gets a little easier to hit. So if they have good crosshair placement and they're able to get that headshot, it's going to be a lot easier for them, right? So you're more accurate, but you're also a much easier target because you're stationary and your hitboxes are much tighter and able to, be hit a lot easier. So it's going to be hard to get out of any fight. So if there's multiple people coming at you, it's kind of hard to actually effectively kill all of them unless you just have god tier aim, which because of the Titan recoil control, you might actually be able to, accomplish, right? So it's just, very, it depends on the situation if it's going to be good or bad, right? So what do pros tend to do? They actually do a combination of crouching and uncrouching and crouching, right? So when they're in these fights, they're actually standing and crouching and being mobile. Why? Because when you go to take that fight on them, their head is going up and down like that, and it's very hard to actually manage to get that clean headshot on them, right? So you'll see that a lot when they're, going for these crazy spray controls and doing these things, because also it's not good to do, but when you're standing and you're spraying, right? So when we're standing, you can actually move a bit and then re-crouch, right? So when we're running, it's so inaccurate, right? It is so inaccurate when you're trying to spray and you're running, right? It's not accurate at all. But what you can do is actually when there's multiple people coming at you from different directions, here, whatever, we can actually start doing the spray, crouch, come back here and reset our spray, right? So it's hard to control still. You see how it's still not super accurate? That's because of me, right? That right there, that's because of me and not actually because of how inaccurate it is. So you're able to actually keep uncrouching and crouching and really control it. So it's effective in many ways to also slow your movement speed down so that your bullets are accurate, right? So it's like the difference between that and like the difference between that. You see what I mean? It's just so much more accurate, and it is an effective way. You just got to be careful, because when you start crouching too much and relying on this like crouching movement, don't be surprised when high level players are going to start destroying you because of this lack of movement, right? Lack of mobility. One thing that's really hard to deal with as a high level player is when people are jiggling out, right? What is more scary? If you are a CT holding this angle, what is more scary? Is it more scary for somebody to be like doing these jiggle peaks and one tapping you like this, especially with the interp and CS2 right now, or someone crouching out like this, right? Crouching out is so bad in that situation because they're just gonna shoot you first. They're gonna see you. You're so slow. You're literally so slow. Versus a 500-mile-per-hour one tap, right? That's so annoying to play against, especially when you're peeking into oppers, guys. Oppers hate people who jiggle. Oppers hate it when people are constantly jiggling out angles, and they're trying to post on something and they see an elbow and they shoot and they miss because your elbow peeks out, boom, and they go back. That is so frustrating. You can't do that when you're crouching. So, you know, there's a time and place for it. When I know somebody's like trapped and they're panicking and they don't have an op, like they just have like a pistol or something, I crouch out here to make sure I get my shot, right? Really focus in. You know, when I know I need to hound somebody down and like do that, it's very effective to just run in and, you know, stop your momentum. Whatever you guys are doing, always stop your momentum. So if I'm running to the left side here, I'm holding the A key, right? I'm holding the A key. And when I want to fight the mid angle, right? So I want to fight this angle, I tap my D, right? Tap it. Tap D, boom. Boom. You know, see, the difference is if we don't tap it and we just wait to stop, see how it's just like really bad? And we slide too far. So we want to control it. We really want to control it. So we get these nice like tight peaks versus like, you know, peaking like a silver one. We don't want to peak like a silver one, guys. We want to peak like a pro player, and that's going to be a key to doing that. So yeah, this is a bit of a long video. I apologize for taking up your time, but I think it's really important to understand, and we could go into this and go into detail and give different examples forever and ever, but that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Help me get 10,000 subscribers. It would mean so much. Maybe you're watching this in the future and we've already accomplished that. That would be really cool. So I don't know, man. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a great rest of your day. Good luck in your CS2 matches. I want you to keep grinding, and just know you have me as a friend always. So thank you guys so much. Peace out.